Hello, everybody. My name is Corporal Smith, former United States Army. I should have covered up my tattoos. And joining me today is my kitten Victoria. Say hi, Vicky. Say hello to the microphone. Okay, back down on the fence where you are clawing the hell out of my legs. So, yep, I'm just painting this today as a. Let's face this way a bit more. There we go. My wife sings in the background. Still a mess, moving around and whatnot. It's not fun. Will you stop? You're going down there to chew on wires. You know you're not allowed to do that. By Allah, I will hit you with this shoe. You know what you did wrong. But yeah. So, anyways, if you're going to paint one of these, it's good to get about 100 grit or 120. And people might ask me, why would you do that? Why would you go 120? And, well, quite frankly, the reason why you would go 120 is so that the paint can adhere better. You know, I learned recently, though, after painting a tractor for a farmer friend of mine, that I'm used to painting cars, so I'm used to like 200 grit and something because car paint sometimes doesn't adhere. What do you want? So he said, no, you only have to use 1,000 grit for that. And I went, oh, well, shucks. I messed that up, didn't I? Are you trying to get into my pocket? Seriously? And now you're trying to get into the back of my shirt. Cool, groovy. Keep doing that. Not daddy's favorite for a reason. It belongs to Pat. Scratch part of the windshield. That'll be fine. Oh, had a hiccup there. Nobody's watching. Oh well. I guess then I'll just do this for more therapeutic reasons and talk to the Aether for next to no reason. That's okay. Those of you who don't know, I'm a Afghanistan vet. You know, honestly, I think we have it easier definitely than Vietnam vets because we can do stuff like this. May I help you? But yeah, just one of those things. Okay, that's working. See if everything else is working properly. Yep, everything else is working as it should. So yeah, just take a little bit and you want to get off as much of the original paint. This is a TM or what is it? It is made by a company that rhymes with Attel. Is what this car is made by, and they're one of my favorite things to use. And the game I'm actually using it for is Gaslands, but this isn't for Gaslands. This is for one of my coworkers, not the farmer buddy, but one of my coworkers. And he saw one of them and he said, "Hey, can you make me a couple?" And I said, "Yeah, just get me, the cars." And so he got me this, and he got me a lifted. Uh, was another Hot Eels car, and it was a lifted car, no truck actually, a 1985 Chevy Silverado I put two twin link 20mm cannons on top. Very excellent. Buffing off all the paint. You want to make sure you try to get off all the paint. You don't have to get off all the paint, but you have to get off the majority of the paint. Scuff it real good to the point where practically the base color. Now I don't know what to paint this thing. I know what I'm going to do to it, but I don't know what I'm going to paint it. One of those things where you don't know what to do next. You have a good idea, you want to go with it. Sometimes you just gotta work it a little bit here and a little bit there. My wife helped me paint a 1969 Pontiac GTO. She came up with a color scheme with it, and it looked badass. Love my wife to bits. Wonder if she'll watch this. I don't know. She's more into like her YouTube Disney shorts. I don't blame her. She loves her Disney. I like old Disney. But yeah, I guess I just decided to do a live stream because I don't know why. Doing this at early oh hell in the morning. I hope you all are hearing me and I'm just not garbling into the aether, because if I'm garbling into the aether, I feel like a damn fool. However, there's nobody currently watching me, and we're about 7 minutes into this squealing hog, so oh well. I thought somebody knocked on my door. No, it was just my headphone knocking against this right here. And yeah, it's on a shaky desk that I built because I be broke. I ain't poor. I'm broke. There's a difference. Hey. Oh, look at that. A veteran with no money. Who could have seen that coming? I was supposed to have a spare tire on it, but I don't have a spare tire on it, and that's kind of disappointing to me because I was hoping to paint a spare tire. I'm not going to buy a spare tire for a frickin' Matchbox car. Well, it's not Matchbox, but we're going to call it that. And whenever we get a Matchbox car, we're going to call it the other thing. Because no copyright strike. Oh, hi there. Don't you think about it. This ain't meant for you. So yeah, this is my little buddy. This is Victoria. She is over 2 months old, I believe. Yep. She was born in a chemical bucket with her two brothers and sister. And unfortunately, the runt died. She was the second largest runt. So she survived. And then they were later on moved into my workshop, which then their mama we named Ice Cream. Not ice cream, I scream, because that's all she did was scream at us. And it's to keep the Corsair from shutting itself down. It does that goofy ass thing. Anyways, so we moved her into my workshop, and then Ice Cream decided to move it into my empty work bag. So this little one was raised inside of a tool bag, and then moved them to my garage. There, she just played all fun and fancy free with my aluminum can collection. Not really collection, just things I'm gonna scrap. Ow. You're lucky I got tough hands, kitty. Lesser man would not tolerate this tomfoolery. This went from painting a little toy car to me playing with my 3 month old kitten. Ow. Sharp baby teeth. Behold, the greatest thing in life, a fresh newborn kitten. Oh, now you don't want to bite me. Now it's not become fun because I lifted you off the ground. You're gonna bite me again? Oh well. But yeah, we are going to be using certain paints, and one of the things that I also paint is miniatures from Games Workshop, also known as Warhammer 40K, and I run Lamenters. Yeah, I know. I run the Sad Space Marines, and you know what? They're my favorite sad boys. So we're gonna start a little bit by putting some Abaddon Black in between the door lines of the hatchback part, and also on the bonnet, which is known as the hood. Or was the bonnet the rear? I cannot recall. Either or. We're going to be putting black in there as a nice little contrast. I apologize. Somebody messaged me. Quite urgent. What is it that you wish to know? Well, anyways, let's see here. Got my paint brushes. I'm going to choose this one. And then I'm going to grab this, which used to be one of my wife's makeup remover little towelettes. However, it got dirty, so I get to use it now. Anyways, so one of the things that I found with using Citadel paints is it's good to buy some like 2 to 3 millimeter ball bearings and then throw them inside there. 2 to 3 millimeter ball bearings and throw them inside there, so then you can then just mix it up, do it as you go. For those of you wondering that's in front of me, it's an adult beverage. It's a surprise too that will help us help you. It's the No More Sad Feel drink. But if you need a drink, a stiff drink for No More Sad Feel, may I recommend, probably getting some help. It doesn't hurt to get help once in a while. It's one of those things. Getting help doesn't hurt. Well, it'll hurt your pride, but, pride before the fall, all that smooth jazz talk. So, before your pride befalls you, maybe you should just go and get help. Just accept that you need to go get help. Also, don't forget to thin your paints. Because if you do not thin your paints, then it will be painfully obvious to other people who do hobbies with you that involve painting things that you have not, in fact, thinned your paints. And boy golly gee willikers, Batman, have I saved a multitude of different minis of Imperial Guardsmen to Space Marines that did not have their paints thin. And I forget what I used to thin those paints, but I think I used Everclear just to be on the safe side. And even then, I was tepid about it, dissolving what said miniatures. Probably wouldn't have. I don't know too much about the plastics, nor do I care. I mess up, I mess up. I like to learn trial by error because I'm a stubborn prick. I don't have to be too, you know, careful about this. I could be whimsical about it. I'm just trying to, get it in there to highlight those lines a little bit. Of course, since I thinned the paints, it's going to take a couple layers, but, once it gets in those door jams and, that hood jam, it's going to look extra good when it comes on the other side. And I want to get this done tonight, because I got a buddy, he's waiting on this, a coworker. It's a good friend. I'm not going to mention him because even at work, he doesn't like pictures being taken of him because he doesn't like being profiled. He's strange like that. That's cool. I don't know if he's wanted in a different country for war crimes. If he is, cool, more power to him. That's his life, not mine. Of course, there's a tiny line in the hatch on the hatchback. Really minuscule that I almost missed it. Like, that glass looks like it's split. Because it is. Oh, crap. That's sometimes you just need just some contrast here and there. So, go in there, get yourself some contrast. Be some low areas that you're going to brush over. Get some contrast in it. Throw some contrast on that. Yeah, get that contrast nice. Get that tussin in there. Chris Rock's parents, Robitussin. Robitussin fixes everything. Abaddon Black fixes everything too. Army Painter paint though is pretty good as well. It's just that I'm so used to using Citadel paints that I shell out for it. It's one of those things. Like, oh, you could have saved so much money with Army Painter paint. Yes, I know, but I'm in too deep now. And I don't know what to do with myself. So here I am painting on Citadel, on Warhammer models with Citadel paint, calling it a day because it's the only model paint I have. And after done painting it, go outside and hit it with a clear coat, depending on how shiny I want it to be. Usually I use a flat clear coat. It'll get more dirty over time, but at the same point in time, but at the same point, it sticks everything you've done to it. As opposed to everything didn't. Yeah. One problem I have about Abaddon Black is it's so hard to tell how much I have on the end of this brush. I remember the first time I met my wife. Maybe I'll save that story for a different day. I'll save it for a different day. Now you go into the drink. And now I look at what I wanted to paint this car. And I thought I would like to give it a nice yellow color. I know it sounds strange to paint it yellow, but I thought about it really hard. And I went, no, yellow's a good color. Purple would be a good complementary color to it, but I'd rather not. It's either I could paint it a forest green with yellow stripes. Yes, that sounds good. Well, mm, I would ask people, but there's nobody here. So I wish I had. Wish I had more people here. No, I have heart. Ooh. Yeah, but you know, yep. You know, one of those things. I can't be too careful nowadays. You know, there's gonna be people who have peepers somehow. Yeah, no, I'm gonna paint this like green. Let's go with our Caliban green. That's right, the same green that they use on the Dark Angels. I'm going to be using on this because I can. I haven't opened you yet. I thought I opened you. I only have one shade of green. What is this? What is this sorcery? One moment. Follow me as I take a look. Sorcery, I say. No sorcery. I'm just an errant fool. Oh well. This is. Thanks. Uh, so I'm going to use a large application brush for this. Going to, however, also use my handy box to also thin my paint as I go. Slowly dry brush multiple layers on. That's the way I prefer it. You know, slow and steady. Slow and steady. Get that nice, almost emerald green on it. Oh, that's what that is. You see, here's the problem with me painting on Abaddon Black, where this color comes on. Now I have two base colors fighting to the death on the side of this car. And I'm just going rather broad strokes with this thing. A little bit too liberal. It used to be a lot better when I was younger at this stuff. Now I'm just a nerd. Not a lonely nerd. At least I could say that. But if you live with someone who doesn't understand you, doesn't that make you alone anyways? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just trying to paint this. I'm kind of regretting my color decision. Oh well, roll with it. Maybe use a different brush because this one fits. Hey, it's a bit thick of a brush to use. It looks great. A more petite brush. Yeah. So here we are, getting a little painting done. You don't really see many evergreen vehicles out there, and it's kind of a shame. It's a really nice color, at least in this man's opinion, for how much it's worth. And I keep doing that so that my freaking headset will stop going off. Uh, There we go. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of people out there who are already, painting vehicles and whatnot. I feel like Bob Ross right now. Bob Ross did 20 years in the United States Air Force, and he was actually a very angry man. He didn't know how to deal with his anger and whatnot. He was a command sergeant major of one of the bomber wings out of Alaska. A lot of people say, "Oh, that's not nothing." No, he was a B-52 Operation Chrome Dome sergeant major, I believe. I don't know. I think it was later on in the 80s. Or was it the 70s? I can't remember. But he'd been there for a while. Yes, yes, he was. Thank you. Hopefully, you invite more people, stranger. I would say Bob Ross was a peaceful man, not a harmless man. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta paint and not worry about life for a little while. sometimes you just gotta be stressed and, reach out to other people who might have the same interests or, same thing. I hate this paintbrush. This is one of the nicer medium sized ones that I have that didn't break. Quite a few of them, unfortunately, that break. And honestly, I can't see how, looking at this, I can't see how Dark Angels players can freaking just paint their guys. I really don't see how. Because this green stuff, it goes on thick, and it don't go on easy. It does not at all. And I know I keep looking at myself, but I don't know. But I'm going to be drinking more of this champagne and hard cider until the bad thoughts go away. Don't drink to suppress your depression. Anybody who watches this in the future is bad. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to go to bed, but I'm going to leave it off on a happy note on that one. It's not too bad for right now. Put that color over there. So, those of you who have watched or have watched the live stream later on, y'all have a blessed day, and I hope you will enjoy this. Maybe I'll do more in the future if I get more than 5 views. Have a good night.